You cannot change others, but you can change yourself. You can change how you behave around them or how they relate to you. Do you find that for every relationship that you get into, be it a romantic relationship, be it friendship, maybe a work relationship, do you find that you keep adjusting your behavior, which is your boundaries, to basically fit the relationship? यानी कि आप हर नई relationship के लिए बार बार अपने आप को adjust करते हैं. If that is the case, then what you have is a boundary issue. Boundaries are extremely important. They are a sign of a healthy self-esteem. They're also a sign of a mature personality. They're also a sign of a person who has a lot of self-dignity. Iske upar we're going to be talking in detail in this upcoming seminar in Lahore, and I hope to see you there. But today I want to talk about the importance of setting boundaries and how to maintain them. Number one is that no boundaries equals low self-esteem. मतलब कि अगर आपकी कोई boundaries नहीं है तो इसका मतलब है आपकी self-esteem बहुत low है. I know this is counterintuitive because हमारे माशरे में typically ऐसी personality को बहुत glorify किया जाता है कि so and so is so self-sacrificing, right? वो इतने self-sacrificing है कि वो हर शख्स के लिए they're always there to bend over backwards for other people. But that is actually not a sign of a healthy personality, because think about it. अगर आप constantly अपनी needs को priority दिए बगैर किसी और की needs को priority देते हैं जहाँ पे आपकी personal boundaries बार बार compromise होती हैं, तो that actually means that you're being treated like a doormat. That brings me to my second step, which is about knowing your core values. क्योंकि if you don't even know who you are, अगर आपने कभी किसी किस्म की कोई सेल्फ डिस्कवरी नहीं की है, you're not really aware of who you are, you won't even know what your core values are. Because you see, हम relationships में अपने आप को बार बार adjust नहीं करते अगर हमें मालूम है कि हमारी core values क्या है, right? So you first of all need to understand what your core values are. Then your boundaries are not about controlling other people. They are more about controlling the boundaries around you. They are more about you. And that brings me to the third step, which is you cannot change others, but you can change yourself. Actually, this is one of the core principles I teach in all of my teachings, that as long as you are going to be invested in changing others, meaning कि अगर आपने अपनी happiness, अपने peace of mind को you keep thinking कि जब तक ये चीज़ें change नहीं होंगे या ये लोग change नहीं होंगे, I'm not going to be happy, then you are going to be continuously asking for more and more unhappiness. You cannot change others, but you can change how you behave around them or how they relate to you. Number 4, decide what the consequences are ahead of time. So what does that mean? It means कि अगर एक दफ़ा आपने बहुत अच्छी boundaries बना ली, you may have the best boundaries in the world, but it means nothing unless you know how to communicate them. Others know what your boundaries are. Otherwise, relationships में बहुत confusion होती है, बहुत conflict create होता है. So in your mind, you first need to know what your boundaries are, what are your values, and then what are the consequences. If somebody, let's say you communicated the boundaries to someone, let's say it's you have a friend who calls you too many times in a day, and you want to let them know that that's very intrusive. आपका काम disturb होता है या आपकी family life disturb होती है, and you communicated with them कि you know I cannot give you this much time, या maybe call me once a day, whatever it is. But अगर वो ये ना करें, अगर आपके बताने के बावजूद भी they continuously break your boundaries, then what are the consequences? You need to know that ahead of time and you need to implement those. And then number 5 is let your actions and not your words speak for you. What does that mean? कि आपने अगर किसी को अपनी boundaries communicate की थी, उन्होंने फिर भी उसको deliberately बार बार break किया, you know, now you have to mete out the consequences, but don't do it in a manner where you are emotional, you are just reacting, you're just saying stuff, but you're not actually doing anything, right? So you take the action that you need to take, you take it politely, you don't create drama, and that way you set an example for that person that if they break your boundaries, then this is the consequence of what they will have to face. इससे relationship आम तौर पे ख़राब नहीं होती, इससे relationship ख़त्म भी नहीं होती, बल्कि actually इससे relationship improve होती है. And then number 6 is say what you mean and mean what you say. मीनिंग कि एक तरफ आप अपनी बाउंड्रीज़ की रिस्पेक्ट करा रहे हैं बट दूसरे की बाउंड्रीज़ की रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करना जानते, दैट इज़ नॉट अ गुड थिंग. एंड ऑल्सो कि अगर आप कह रहे हैं, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल, आई डोंट लाइक बीइंग लाइड टू, एंड देन इफ समबडी डज लाई टू यू, उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या होगा? If you are not giving out that consequence, then you are basically giving an example that I don't mean what I say. People will not take you seriously. इसी के साथ साथ इसी बाउंड्री पे आपको खुद भी इतलाक करना होगा. If you don't like being lied to, then you cannot lie to other people as well. So this was a very short version of how you can set some of your boundaries. We are going to go into much more detail about how to even discover what your boundaries are, what are your core values, so that you can create boundaries around that in this upcoming seminar in Lahore. So I hope I will see you there, and I hope these 6 points will help you.